Oh, and we are back for round three. Rob, can you get back up? Are you good for third round?
Ready to go, baby.
All right, here we go.
That music just pumps you right up.
Yeah, I think we need it every time. I was like, we're gonna get sick of hearing this 40 times, but
Nah,
you
I
know
never
what?
get sick
I
of it.
think I think we need it, especially as we continue to get ready and once we get to the event as well. And I know you're going to be running crazy with all the things you're doing at booth 1114. So tell us a little bit about our partners in this tech and all the work that you're doing there at ISTE.
So we're very excited. We have a very big booth, complete with a couch and a palm tree,
Oh,
apparently. So
sweet.
we're trying to make it very welcoming. We're focusing on the big picture. So we have some of the products that we sell. We have some of the people that do the training, and um, what I'm really excited about is we're doing a Rube Goldberg challenge. So we set up a little mini Rube Goldberg activity, and we're timing people and inviting everybody to come along, try it out, and then learn the project-based learning activities built around that Rube Goldberg um, challenge. So it'll be a lot of fun. Booth 1114, come check us out.
Oh, I think that's great. And I think one of the things, as you talked about so many different activities, bringing them all together, one of the things that has always impressed me about our next guest, I've had the pleasure to see her work in many roles, both in a district role, and a school role, and a classroom role, is that she brings all of the things that you're just talking about: STEM, Ruth Goldberg, ideas, AI, thinking processes, all the way down to just having those deep, rich conversations about innovation. And because of that, is she's recognized this year as one of the 20 to watch at ISTE. So that is incredibly exciting. And I'm thrilled to have her back in to the podcast. Kristen Brooks, welcome to our pre-ISTE conversation.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good. And for those of you who kind of maybe see you a little bit on Twitter and see some of the work you do, I'd love for you to introduce yourself and share some of the work that you do.
Yes, thank you. And thanks for having me. This is super exciting to be on the show. I am Kristen Brooks, and I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and I teach in Cherokee County School District at Indian Knoll Elementary School. So woohoo to all of my friends from the school. But yeah, it's great. I teach technology, kindergarten through fifth grade, and just have a great time working with students and encouraging them to create more than they consume. And some people are like, why would that be important? I feel like a lot of our kids 3 years old, they might know how to get onto YouTube and watch it themselves, but then I always implore them, well, are you creating something? Are you creating a video to go back out onto YouTube or whatever your parents approve for that to be on? And just teaching them how to do that. They don't know how to always just create things. So using all of the different tools and just trying to make learning exciting and fun, and really just doing that during the school year. And then on my weeks off and during the summer, I go to different conferences and present to educators who support students. So really just trying to, I think sometimes there's maybe a fear factor in looking at new technology and how that's going to impact the classroom. And I really like to encourage teachers just to, put all that beside. They don't have to be the smartest person in the room. That's not in their contract anywhere. And really just encouraging them. Like if you can ask me questions or play with it with me, then let's do that and like get over that fear factor. So.
You definitely, and as you said there, you continually support others. We literally were in the Lubbock airport. I said goodbye. She flew, back to Dallas, and I was heading to Boston. I go onto Twitter, and she's in another event. Like, what did you do like a day or two after?
Yeah, I did. I came home and I was with Z Space. They were doing something called ZCon, and I was just facilitating and working with them. They were at Atlanta Public Schools. I teach in Cherokee, so it was fun to go see all my friends and colleagues down at APS, and they were welcoming me in, and just had a great time just teaching other educators about Z Space and how to use that. So.
Don't you love that look of absolute fascination and joy when they sit down in front of that Z Space machine and the heart comes off the screen, and that look of wonder? You see it in kids, but when you get to see it in grown-ups, because I do a lot of work with Z Space also, so I know it's that AR moment where they just go, wow, it's so
Yes.
cool, isn't it?
It's super fun. And I think that I love seeing that, like you said, in students, but I think it's even more priceless in adults because I don't
Yeah.
think you see that as often in adults. So yes, I love that. I love just anything that's new technology that I feel like might be scary or worrisome. I'm just literally, I said to my teachers in my school building, like, if there's something you want help with, just bring it to me. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be Chromebook, it could be iPads, it could be Adobe, whatever it is, just bring it on and let's just figure it out and work together on it. So, yeah.
And that has always been something that's impressed me over the years. At every event that I've been at that I've seen Kristen, either at Tech and Learning when we were in Atlanta or in Austin, we did LearnFest, or FETC, you name it. I haven't seen the same thing twice. That you continue to evolve in your own work, and then with that share with others. So now that we're going to ISTE, I can only imagine what you're going to be bringing to ISTE. So I know you have a few sessions there, but I'd love for you to talk about a little bit what you're going to be doing while you're in Philadelphia.
Yeah. Well, like you said, I'm going to be learning more. I love learning. So that's my number one thing is I just love to learn. So I'm going to be at the Tech and Learning event and just testing out some new things and hearing from some other educators and some of my friends that I follow and just love to hear from because I like to learn as well. And then starting, I think on Monday, I'll be doing a Adobe Express session. And hold on, you just had that up on the screen. And
There you
now
go.
there it is. Thank you. Activate storytelling with Adobe Express. I'm always worried that I'm going to say like the wrong title. That's the
Well, you do
presenter's
so
big
much,
fear.
right?
So activate storytelling with Adobe Express. That's my first one. And Adobe Express has really been highlighting some different things on Twitter. I've been trying to retweet some of their items, but they have a lot built in to Adobe Express and some new things that are coming out. So if you don't really know much about Adobe Express, it's really just getting people started and understanding what all it offers and how to use it with students. I've been using it for several years now with students and adults and all ages in between. And there's ways to use it for you as an educator to create your items that you would use, but there's also great ways to use it with students. So I'll just be covering all of that in one session. That session is on Monday. And I really am excited because I'm going to be going over some of the new things. So if you're one of those people that you like to hear about the new stuff at the beginning of ISTE, come on. Join that session. You'll be getting all of the new details. So there's a lot of AI that's going to be built in.
Awesome.
So
And
then, yeah,
go ahead. I
go
was
ahead.
just saying, the other thing is I see Creative Playground. What is that for those who think like you
Yeah.
just go to a session or not? What's a creativity playground?
Well, and that is the lovely thing about ISTE is there's always something to do and there's lots of different formats. So I feel like at a lot of conferences we might go to sessions and sit in a room and you might get a little bit, we love to learn, but I know sometimes I'm like, okay, I can't sit here anymore. So when you think about at ISTE, they always have creativity and different types of playgrounds. So this one is the creativity playground, and it is something that it's really a hands-on. So there's going to be lots of different tables set up. I believe that we have 6. Each table is a different format, a different item, and you can just come in and kind of wander around those tables and check them out. And this one is all about creativity in all shapes and fashions. And then we also have what they call the main stage, but I would say it's like it's not a main stage, it's a medium stage, but it's going to have some presentations going on. So I'm going to be doing both. I'm going to be at a presentation up on the main stage, doing some information about getting started with just in general AI. And then also I'm going to be doing at a table some Apple clips, which is on iPads and iPhones. And so if you don't know how to quickly and easily make a video just using Apple clips, which most people are like, I didn't even know that was on my phone. I will say I have a great story that I teach clips to all of my students, kindergarten through 5th grade at my school, Indian Knoll Elementary. And I always tell my students, I kind of throw it in at the end. I'm like, you guys, if you really like using clips and that's something you want to use regularly or want to, try it out a little bit more, I was like, your parents, if they have an Apple device, it's on their phone. I said, now be sure and ask. But the way that you could say that politely is, hey, mom or dad, I would love to show you this app that Miss Brooks taught us on your phone. And I would love to show you how to use it and teach your parents how to use it. I said, because if you've really listened in class and you understand, you could turn around and teach it to somebody. And I said, that's just a great way. And you and your parents can learn it more together. And I had a younger student come up to me, I believe he was in 2nd grade, and he goes, Miss Brooks, my mom is obsessed with clips. She is using it all the time. And I taught her how to do that. So I just thought that was really cool for a 2nd grader to come back to school and tell me that they taught their parents how to use the Clips app. So that is my session at that creativity playground. And then on the main stage, I'll be talking about using AI.
Awesome. And because of all your work, we're talking about maybe doing some more work at ISTE.
Yeah, hopefully, just going around to some different booths. I've been talking to Microsoft about coming over and checking in with them, and maybe some people over at Flip. I use a lot of those different items, so hopefully that will, materialize, and I can do that. If not, I love to just go around the different booths and learn things myself, and then also just connect with other educators and just talk about technology and how we're using it. And I've always feel like at ISTE and other conferences, it happens in the hallways. Like the best conversations are in the hallways, and that's something that is really exciting to me.
So because of that, what would be, because you've done a lot of the events, as you said, GATC, ISTE, FETC, Tech, for individuals who are going for the first time, so they're not overwhelmed, what would be your advice to them?
I would definitely make a schedule, and I would schedule yourself to go to regular sessions, and then, in between regular sessions, I mean, everybody's threshold is different, but I personally like to go every other session to a creativity playground or go see part of the vendor hall and check it out. So definitely make a schedule, schedule yourself time to, uh, chill out and kind of recoup and go over what you learned that day, take some notes. It can get overwhelming, so don't feel like you have to schedule yourself every minute of the day. There are different places to go and just chill and kind of, just relax. You can definitely meet people for lunch. A lot of people skip lunch. I don't necessarily suggest that. Matt knows I sometimes get a little hangry, so so I have to
Hungry is
eat.
not good.
Yeah. So definitely, yeah, make a schedule. I think I posted on Twitter today. One of the things that Sandy Adams, who's an amazing technology specialist that was in our district that has retired now, my first ISTE, she said, bring labels, like just a sheet of labels that has your contact information. And whenever people want it, like at a booth, you can just peel off the label and stick it on the page. You don't have to write it a whole bunch of times. So that was super helpful. I would have never thought of that. So I definitely suggest people doing that. Yeah, that's all I can think of at the moment. Bring a snack, have
That's a
snacks in your
lot. What do
bag.
you mean that's all you can think about? That's a
great.
lot. Bring some snacks for sure, some comfy shoes. And
Yeah.
what are you looking forward to the most? Or just looking forward to? You don't have to say the most.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing my friends. I feel like once you start going to conferences, it's a little bit like you feel the need to continually go because you only see those people at specific conferences. And I really miss all of my ed tech friends that live all over the United States and literally around the globe. Shout out to our friend Brett Aussie
Yeah.
that we got to see 2 weeks ago. So yeah, it was really, it's nice to get to see those people and hang out with them. And I think Ann Kozma, my friend who works for Flip, I think we're going to try to do a bicycle ride to go have pretzels. So that's on my agenda.
Nice.
Yeah. So just some different things like that. And I want to make it to the Rocky Steps. I did not make that the last time that ISTE
Okay.
was in Philadelphia. So I really want like a picture at the top of the steps.
Gotta do it. You gotta do it.
I was there, but it's like I guess I didn't take a picture when I was there. I don't know.
Next time. Well,
Yeah.
well, thanks for jumping on. Thanks for, all the work that you're doing. That, 20 to watch at ISTE is not just something that you put on your banner. You've worked really hard. You've earned that. You should be proud of that. For those of you heading to Philadelphia, make sure to check out Kristen's work, and not just at the playgrounds. If you get a chance to see her, stop, say hi, connect, and continue to learn from her. Her Twitter handles right on her photo. You can continue to see all the great work that she is doing. And Rob, thank you for continuing to come on with me on this crazy journey. And we're going to be live soon in about a week and a half.
It's getting there.
Awesome. Any last questions?
So not a question, but just a comment. So this is my first time doing this podcast. Well, not the first time. This is my first season of doing the podcast.
Now we're in seasons.
Well, one thing I've noticed is we've interviewed some really great people, and they all seem to have a common theme. So I've been to a few ISTEs and a bunch of conferences lately. There's so much going on. There's swag you can take, and there's technology you can see, and there's all these different things, and yet everybody seems to mention and like emphasize the personal meeting of people and the relationships, and if I may use the word, the schmoozing that goes on, and how important it is to take in everything but make time to connect with the people that are around you. So and you as well mentioned that, so I really did appreciate that. And on that note, I do have a question for you.
Okay.
When you hear Stronger Together, what does that make you think of? Sorry, Matt, I stole your question now.
No, that was great. It was perfect.
Definitely, I think of that just in general that we are all stronger together. It could be students are stronger when they work together and collaborate. Adults are stronger together when they collaborate and work. There's room for everyone. And I really feel like that's what I love about the educator community as a whole, is that I really feel like everybody's just trying to lift each other up and really build each other up. And, teaching and in education is challenging. And I feel like that knowing that I have the support community behind me is huge. And that's what Stronger Together to me means.
Awesome. Well, thanks for jumping on. We're wrapping up our third week of doing this. We have one more week, and then we're going to be live. So make sure to check us out next Wednesday as well, kicking off at 6:30. And then before you know it, we're all going to be in Philadelphia. And Kristen, swing by the podcast center to connect with everyone,
Yes.
get a chance to meet Rob. For those of you heading to ISTE, check out booth 1114. Tech's got some great things going on there. And make sure to say hi to Kristen, learn from her, and continue to hit up all the sessions that she does, because it continues to evolve. And finally, congratulations on that award, and can't wait to see all the pictures from when you all receive it. And because I got a chance to meet all of you beforehand, so I'm psyched.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. I will definitely come by the booth. And thanks for having me on, Matt. And just this is so enjoyable. So I love being on podcasts. I could never do one, I don't think, like myself, but I love being on them. They're super fun. So
Awesome.
thank
Well,
you.
Rob, another week down. We'll see
Yep.
you in a week. And Kristen, we'll see you in Tech and Learning in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Sounds
Thanks,
good.
guys.
Talk to you in a
Thank
week,
you.
everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye. There he is. Do you want to say hi?